Let the people in the world today don't realize that worries don't pay. Resting the worries upon your shoulder, only bringing you older and older. These wicked things them people does do. You don't realize you have worries too. Tell them to never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I said to tell them never ever worry. Don't mind how you're suffering bad. Never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. Always consider somebody suffering more than you.
Yes, indeed, of course, I'm going to thank to all and sundry. As soon as you caught us napping there, making some adjustments to our attire, so to speak. But of course, that is to make certain that we are properly attired for the live program. But of course, Joshua is here. Yes, indeed, and of course, you caught him, of course, making some adjustments to my attire. And of course, his mother was in the background or behind the camera asking him to, of course, adjust his attire. But that is all part of the effort in transparency. Yes, indeed, as far as this program is concerned. But let's go quickly, of course, as you would see. Tonight we want to talk about republicanism and what does it mean and all of that. But before we go there, I gave Joshua a challenge. I told him, listen, last night you had problems spelling capitalization. So I want to make sure that tonight you could spell it. So he gave me a challenge. He said that if he spell it, what I'm going to give him, well, I'm not going to say it now, but let me just take this call. I think it's important. Hello? Yes? No, we are on right now. We are on right now. You hear the music in the background? All right. Yeah, okay. All right, somebody asked if we will be tardy tonight again. He emphasized again, so it shows that he's becoming wary of we being tardy, but not tonight. I think we are on target tonight. We had a little issue, but we were able to resolve that. That being as it may, of course, let me take up the music and let's hear Joshua's introduction. And I'm willing to hear him spell capitalization. And then I will tell him on air what I have for him if he does it right. And just in case, if he stutters, he has to do it twice. And if he stutters, you never could tell, I may well ask him to do it twice, 3 times. But let's go. Make your introductions, Joshua, and then, of course, you can pursue because we want to find out what republicanism is all about, what this Republic Day is all about tomorrow.
Good night, everybody.
Yes.
Good night, Daddy.
Good night.
Welcome to the program once again. That's
Right.
my introduction.
That's your introduction? All right, we'll go straight to the task that I gave you. Remember, of course, look at the screen because sometimes your head is out, etc., etc. You ain't going and cough right now, I'm sure. So please, just make sure that the camera picks you up in the screen that we have before us.
I know some of you think that I have the book right here, but the book is over here. So I will be handing the book to Daddy.
Beautiful. That's a good way for transparency. Right? Good. Right.
Book is over there now.
Right. I have it here. Right. Yeah.
Most of the book is green. Alright. So
What's the word you have to spell tonight?
capitalization.
Capitalization. Yes.
I don't really know what capitalization means, but
All right. Okay. Well, we'll deal with that afterwards. But at least it's a word that you got to spell. So let's hear.
CAP T A L I Z A T I O N.
Wow, you man got it first time, boy. I can swear he would not have been able to get it the first time. But since he got it once, let's see if he really knows it by, of course, asking him to spell it twice.
Okay. Once again. CAPP. No. Wait. CAP
Right?
IT A LI ZA TION.
Right, beautiful, man, yes. Well, capitalization, capitalization is what is called a multi-name word, meaning that it has different meanings. But of course, capitalization, I suppose, in why Miss gave you that word, because you know, you have the capital letters and common letters, or you have uppercase and lowercase. These days are called uppercase and lowercase.
So it's
So
kind of
capitalization means really putting words into capital letters or uppercase. Capitalization. There's another meaning as well. In business, when you put in money into a business, you say you are putting in the capital, and therefore capitalization is permitted in that sense. Putting in capital, you're putting in capital means money, right? So capitalization. In your case, I think Miss would have given you it because she wants you to be able to uppercase words, capital words, as opposed to lowercase or common letters. In my days, we used to call it capital letters and common letters. These days, they are calling it, of course, uppercase, lowercase. Whichever it is, it's the same function, same meaning. And of course, capitalization is really putting those words into capital letters or uppercase, as most of you would now know in the modern teaching arena, and of course the learning experience as well. That being as it may, of course, let's go to republicanism. Republic. Yesterday, last night in fact, we did talk a little about republicanism. You remember anything about what we did last night?
to be honest.
About a republic? Remember about last night, the republic. After all, education for you young people is remembering it. The person who can remember well, they say that they're bright. Person who has a little challenge in remembering, because every time you ask a question and the person cannot answer, they say, I forget. So the opposite of forgetting is remembering, that's all. So that's my argument. That is my reasoning to say that education is about remembering. But go ahead, what you remember about Republic, the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, celebrating the Republic Day tomorrow, 24th
I
of
can
September.
remember a little bit of things. It has something to do with independence, I think.
All right. I'll give you there, even though it is distinct from celebrating independence. But yes, I'll give you. I'll give that. But you have to explain a little more for me. What, how it has to do with independence. You know, at one time we had the Governor General, remember that, representing the Queen of England in Trinidad as the head of state, as the head person in the government. Well, in a republic, that is removed. And we ourselves, because we are independent now, we ourselves choose the person who we want to be at the helm of the state, and that person is called the president. The person who you wrote to the other day, for example. Understand that? So before, you had a representative from England here in Trinidad being the head of state. head, yeah. But then we removed that by becoming a republic, and we now have to select our own head of state. And that person is, the office is called president.
So what you're saying is we don't need the Queen of England and
No more.
no
No
more,
more.
and
No
we
more.
get
That's
to
no.
and we get to select the president
Right, and we will.
by election.
No, well, in our case, yes, it's an election, yes, but we're not going to go there because it's a bit more complicated than that. There is an election, but it is two houses of parliament, and I have to explain parliament and all kind of things. So we would stop there. Just that the president is selected by the people or elected by the people, and that is the head of this, our head of state, the main person in the country, who incidentally has responsibility to command the armed forces, the army. She or he is in charge of the army. So in time of war and so on, that is the person you go to try to deal with matters of that kind. All right. So I think if you're still confused, tell me, because
I am it's just that I'm trying to figure out if you're talking about the war thing you're talking about just now. I'm trying to figure out.
No, I'm just saying that she's it is a she
No,
we have now.
no. I'm trying to understand if it's the government or the president is talking about because I don't really.
Oh, right, okay, all right. The president is head of the armed forces. Head of the armed forces, vice being president. And for reasons that we can understand. Why? Because the army is the one that's supposed to defend us from persons or from countries that want to attack us. Even though, of course, that is almost impossible. Nobody wants to attack Trinidad. What Trinidad have for them to want? Tell me what Trinidad have that a person might want to attack, another country would want to attack Trinidad for. Tell me, you tell me. Because she's head of the armed forces. So you should say, that country is attacking us, and we have to, of course, prepare our guns and all our planes and boats and so on in order to repel that attack. What a country would want to attack us for?
I don't know, but I could probably name a country.
That would like to attack us? They would want to attack us?
I don't really know what they want to attack us for, but I just thinking of naming a country.
All right, go ahead, name a country.
That might be just fed up at Trinidadian people or maybe something.
All right, go ahead, let me hear.
Not trying to pull any flags or thingy, but not trying to make any thingy, but I would say like Venezuela. Venezuela had to be at least one.
You reading too much news. You reading too much news, Venezuela. If I had to give a response to that, I would say yes. Because there has been some talk about Venezuela, from Venezuela, saying that, listen, they want to come here for people who may be wanted by the Venezuelans, and at one time they said that they will come here, so it means that they want to come here for persons who may be, who they want to maybe to imprison, and therefore they will attack Trinidad in order to treat with that. There's another development as well. We're close to where we are the closest, both countries, because Venezuela is very close to us, only 7 miles, and the piece of land that is jutted out, and Trinidad jutted out in the Dom Carenage. Remember you went there? Well, right. So there's a piece of land jutting close to Venezuela, and Venezuela's land is close to us as well. And so what the Venezuelan authority do recently is put soldiers here. Right there, yes. So they.
Oh, that's why the military base right there.
Well, that is why, but Venezuela because remember the discussion was whether Venezuela would attack a country you name that might attack Trinidad. So I'm just saying that that is what is happening out there because of the closeness of the landmass.
But the response they gave to me when I say Venezuela, why can't a child watch news? Like why?
I never said you ain't what you are saying, watching too much news. And you draw a conclusion because you're hearing things. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't watch news. I'm just saying that you're watching too much news. That's why you choose Venezuela. Because you could have said Grenada, you could have said Dominica, you could have said, of course, St. Lucia, but you didn't say that. You see Venezuela. So that is why I know that you're watching the news.
Very good. Some of the countries in him just now was in the Caribbean.
They are in the Caribbean, yes. They are in the Caribbean. Grenada is one of the Caribbean countries as well. All right, let me try to see if we can get some information with respect to the Republic Day.
Oh, I mean,
Let's see if we can get some information there. I'm trying to get a video, people, to assist us with what it means to be a republic. And a little Joshua, of course, will be better for it. And you in the audience, you out there, you on YouTube, at this point will be better off for it as well, including, of course, the adults. But let me make sure I get it as quickly as possible. I tried to download it before, but I was getting some problems, so I had to take it from a different angle. All right, let me do something again. People just bear with us. We're going to consume the 15 minutes, yes. But I want to make sure that we understand what is Republic. Right, let's see. Right. We have something here that probably we could look at. That I'm getting some. All right, okay, let's see. All right, let's take this one.
I feel like this is going to be very long.
In Trinidad and Tobago. It is celebrated on September 24th to commemorate the day Trinidad and Tobago became a republic. On August 1st, 1962, Trinidad and Tobago achieved full independence from the United Kingdom as a Commonwealth realm. Queen Elizabeth II was the country's titular head of state. She was represented by Governor General, but it was the country's Prime Minister who had the real power. In 1976, Trinidad and Tobago decided to abolish the monarchy and become a republic within the Commonwealth. On August 1st, 1976, the new constitution was promulgated, and the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago was born. However, Republic Day is celebrated on September 24th to commemorate the date when the country's parliament had its first session. Such a date was chosen to avoid coincidence with Independence Day and give the citizens two public holidays instead of one holiday dedicated to two events. Republic Day was not celebrated from 1999 to 2001 to make room for spiritual Baptist shout Liberation Day. In 2002, the holiday was reinstated and has been observed every year ever since. Republic Day is typically celebrated with official speeches, parades, dances, and other festive events. What it means to be a republic is a sovereign state or country which is organized with a form of government in which power resides in elected individuals representing the citizen body, and government leaders exercise power according to the rule of law. In modern times, the definition of a republic is commonly referred to a government that excludes a monarch. Trinidad and Tobago is a republic with a two-party system and a bicameral parliamentary system based on the Westminster system.
All right, we'll pause there. I think that is too much for. I think we have gotten enough there. But trying to get a little boy we have on video that would give us a very good example of what Trinidad and Tobago's republic status is. That I'm trying to get now. I think I just saw it there. Let's see if we can get it there. Come on, 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 come on. Joshua has to go. Joshua has to go. So he wants to make sure. Want to make sure that he understands the republic. What is a republic? Come on, come on, come on. It's not here yet.
Why do you want me to go so much?
Because we have the big people segment to still deal with. You know, somebody called earlier and asked if we'll be tardy again tonight, so they have already expressing a degree of anxiety. Right, so I want to make sure that this part of it is over and done with. Come on, come on, come on. Where is it? Where is it? I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it.
See, well,
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
take one somebody will come pay back and see if I get.
Yeah, it should come up with what we have here. But let me see. All right. All right, man, people start to call already. Start to call already.
Oh, come on.
All right, I have to take your call. Go ahead, my friend.
A pleasure. Good evening to you, Uncle Lennox, and your co-host.
Yes, Joshua, yes. Go ahead.
Uncle Joshua, a pleasure. Good night to you, my friend. And you know what is a republic, son? Let me tell you what is a republic. When the United National Congress win the election on the 28th of April, this is what they call a republic, because you are free to work any way you want, and your dollar you work for have spending power, and you have the right to enjoy your property, and you can have a free education and the right to tertiary education of your choice. That is republic. And when there is a republic, the state take care of the citizens equally. So tell your daddy, Uncle Lennox, that this scholar will teach you what a republic is. But under the PNM is a republic of a banana republic. But we in a real republic now. Every creed and race find a true equal place now. A pleasant good night, Uncle Lennox. I'll call you back later.
Yes, man. No problem in the adult segment. I'm not going to argue that. Because why I'm not going to argue with that is because I want to make sure that you understand what is a parliament. He spoke of several things. He talked about freedom. He talked about freedom of certain things, speech and so on. So I want to make certain that you know that before. But any comment you want to make? I'm trying to get this video.
Thanks for the explanation. I didn't know all that.
Great. Well done. Beautiful response. I'm trying to get it. All right, we have another call. Pleasant good night. Welcome to the corridor.
Good night. This is for the young Mr. Smith.
All right, the young Mr. Smith. All right, so
Yeah.
this
I want you
is
to
our
answer
journey.
my question, not the professor. Young Mr. Smith, I am asking you, do you like going to school? And if so, tell the whole of Trinidad and Tobago, all that is listening, why? Thank you.
Right. That's it? All right, okay. You waiting for answer or you coming off? All right, he has gone. He called from Tobago and he asked the question, if you like school, and if so, tell everybody why. So go ahead. Let me look for this this video in the meantime.
Okay, so school. I like school, but since I have my injury, I miss a lot of school. But the reason why I like school, I have plenty friends, Even though some of them is bullies. No, personally, nobody could bully me, but
I hear you, I hear you, I hear you.
anyways, otherwise, school is great.
So you like school, and the reason for it is plenty friends. Anything else?
Reading.
You love reading. All right. Anything else? I know that you are a library freak.
Yes.
Yeah. But what books you have from the library at this time?
Oh, I forgot to carry back the books.
You forget to carry it back?
Yeah.
What's the name of it? And you finish read it?
Captain Underpants.
Captain of the Pants. And what it was all about?
Alright.
Explain. Why
So
should I
tell-
look for the information?
So it has this principal named Mr. Coop. Some two boys named Harry and George, Harold and George. Use a hypno ring that they found in a cornflakes box.
All right.
And it worked, and when they were listening, and when Mr. Coop was listening to them because of the hypno ring, they told him to listen to every word they say. He said okay wise, he was hypnotized, and then they said, "You will become the greatest hero of all time, Captain Underpants."
All right, go ahead. Explain. Well, I'm just admiring the way how you are expressing what you read, and I think that is wonderful. And I want to tell the young folks out there, that is why you have what is called comprehension. Comprehension, as you know, is a subject, part of your English program, and you are given something to read, and then you are asked questions on the subject matter. And here it is, of course, Joshua got a library book and he read it, and now he's explaining what transpired in the book. So that if you convert that into a classroom situation, the question could be, for example, what's the name of the book? 2, name the characters. We saw that he was able to name the characters. What one of the characters did to another one. We know that there is some kind of magical part of it as well. And those are some of the results or the consequences of comprehension. You have to be able to explain in writing or verbally, as is the case here, what you read. So I want to give you full marks for that explanation. So far, tell us some more about that, what you read in that book.
And it have one character named Professor Poopy Pants.
What pants?
Poopy Pants.
Poopy pants. That's an American term for defecated material. You know, I like to use a nice word. What is defecated material, Joshua?
Tutu.
Tutu. Yeah, that's right, tutu. All right. But well done again. Go ahead. Yeah, the Americans say you poop. Go ahead.
Some of them just say the S word, but
Yeah, okay, yeah, but we,
I got, nope.
yeah, you will not dirty your mouth. with
I
that,
I
right?
can't.
Okay, you can't. That's right. Go ahead.
Anyways, so Professor Poopy Pants try and take over the world with some kind of planet machine, and Captain Underpants come beat him up. Then after, when George and Harold needs to go home, they just turned him back into mean old Coop.
Oh, so he was a mean
Mean principal.
A mean principal, I see.
Mean worker.
I see. Okay, my friend. All right, well, I'm getting difficulty in finding that video. It would have been very interesting, but time is upon us. So what will happen, I will have it ready for tomorrow, when Joshua, of course, will be part and parcel of the exercise tomorrow. And he will have a better understanding as every day we pile on information so as to get him to a place where he comprehensively understands what a republic is, right? As distinct from independence. But of course, yes, Republican is just an advanced stage of independence, if you want to call it that. So I think he has something there in terms of his understanding of it.
Oh,
I'm not going
yeah.
to go into what Mr. Faizabad said as yet, because we leave that for the adult part of the program.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else you want to tell us?
When George and Harold turns Mr. Kirk back, he has no memory of anything he did.
No memory?
No
All right,
memory.
okay, yeah, because I mean it was what they found in the cornflakes
Box.
box?
A hypnoring.
The hypno-ring. All right, okay. Thank you very much for that explanation, my son, and of course we'll see you a little later. I'll see you later. You ain't sleeping tonight early. All right, people, of course, just to make certain that we understand what republicanism is all about, let's go to a patriotic song, and we are going to look at the Portrait of Trinidad by the Mighty Sniper.
Greatest one of its kind. Our sugar and oil is really refined. So you see, friends, this is a reality, so no man's mind. They just talk some nonsense. Me ain't know where they're doing it for. About so much violence, man, you would swear that we're fighting war. Of course, we have the delinquents to face. But just like any other place, look, things that I say about here is really too much for me to bear. Because my people are daily making progress without any form of stupidness. And in this way we must gain success. For when we move in, we all move as one body. No bickering between you and me. For our policy stands for racial equality. Now when a stranger spending a little time in this lovely isle, every day you see him, he always have a hearty smile. When his time is up to depart, he would say, pride in heart, I'll be back, you could bet your life. And if I can't come, I will send my wife, and then tell you.
Yes, indeed, of course. Welcome back, welcome back. The Honorable Prime Minister will be leaving the country. She has designated the Minister of Works, Honorable Julian John, to act as Prime Minister in her absence. She'll be leaving for New York, where the General Assembly of the United Nations would take place. I think it would be about Friday, I believe it is. She wanted to remain, even though it will start, I think, tomorrow, but she wanted to remain because or delay her departure because she wanted to be part of the provision of national awards to nationals. I want to say, as I said last night, I believe I let the cat out of the bag. Well, Archbishop Barbara Gray Burke will be honored as well among the awardees. So I want to say congratulations to her. She has been a tremendous mentor. She has been a tremendous inspiration to a lot of people in this country, young, old, in between. And if anybody deserves, so not that the others are not, but because I am very, very close to her and familiar with the work that she would have done, I want to say, of course, congratulations to her. I know that she would have been off to the United States as well. I don't know if that will conflict with tomorrow. I think she should be back in time for it. Other than that, she'll have to take the award in her absence. She has not spoken to me. I expect that we will have some communication between tonight and tomorrow morning to see what arrangement will be made in order to make certain that she puts in her presence, and that of course the award does justice for the multiple and manifold efforts that she would have been making over the years, particularly in the spiritual, the Shouter Baptist arena, but of course she is much more versatile than that. She would have had children's home, for example. She's in the process of constructing a geriatric home. She is responsible for the only Shouter Baptist primary school in the country. I'm talking about the St. Barbara's Shouter Baptist primary school. She is also responsible for the early childcare center in the same name for the Shouter Baptist community. And indeed, I think most importantly, that she was the tower of power, strength, determination, commitment, dedication, when she was able to convince the government of the day, with others of course, to designate the 31st of March as Shouter Baptist Liberation Day, a holiday celebrated throughout Trinidad and Tobago and has become a mainstay, a definite feature on the annual calendar of events in Trinidad and Tobago. And you heard, of course, earlier where the Republic Day was taken away in order to insert and to give that holiday to the Shouter Baptist community. The dates has slipped me, but what I know for sure is that after that replacement, or that substitution, Republic Day was reinstated as a holiday sometime after. I think it's 2021, year about. Yeah, think about that. And 2022, the Republic Day was reinstated. So at one time, Republic Day was taken out of the calendar of events as a public holiday. And it was the casualty of recognizing, or as a result of recognizing, that the Shouter Baptist community needed to be recognized, needed to be celebrated, needed to be honored in a very significant way. And you don't want a greater honor than, of course, a whole country paying homage, recognizing And you don't want anything much more spiritual than that. Much more revered. Much more humbling than the giving of a holiday in the honor of that event, person, or situation. So that is what it is all about. And so tomorrow, the Prime Minister has delayed her trip to the United States to be present to give those awards. I recognize as well, and we should, that those athletes, both those in the recently completed CPL and the Trinidad and Tobago's, of course, Night Riders yesterday came out victorious. You also have, of course, Keyshawn Walcott and, of course, Jereem, who, of course, captured the 400 meters in silver, in, of course, the recently completed international games, right? So, and true to form, Kamala Prasad Bisesa was among them, not just celebrating, not just enjoying, not just being in a total state of euphoria, but we heard, of course, the welcoming and the acceptance and the appreciation of the athletes themselves. And I think Walcott has been given, of course, the accolade of being a sports ambassador, as his cricketing colleague was given prior to him. And I suppose that is part and parcel of the recognition of the achievements of these young people who have made Trinidad and Tobago proud. The Republic of Trinidad and Tobago very, very, very proud. Right? Bravo, yes, Bravo got that ambassadorial position before. But the fact of the matter is that we have to be able to recognize excellence, not only in academia and, of course, engineering and science, but also in sports. And on this occasion, the sporting fraternity can only be the better for it. And Trinidad and Tobago, a much more, what I consider to be hospitable place. A place where each one of us take pride in the achievements on the international stage of fellow citizens, whether female or male. Right? So I think that is very, very critical. But the line is open. I want to hear the 337-6940. Maybe somebody from within the studio can test that line to see whether or not we are getting it on the system. They did some work on it today. So let's see if we're getting it there. If not, of course, we revert back to the improvisation that we did last night. So, that being as it may, I want to tell you as well that a lot of things we can feel proud of and comforted about, and that all is not lost in Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, we will continue to have challenges. Yes, everything will not be as we would like it. Yes, the government from time to time will flounder. Yes, somebody asked me in the background if to call WhatsApp. Yes, call the WhatsApp number and see if we'll get it on the system. But I want to tell you that the government clearly, by virtue of that visit to the United States, by the Prime Minister leading a delegation there, is very significant. Because you see, while she is there, there will be a number of things taking place. She will be, of course, having discussions and meetings with representatives from a wide cross-section of countries and international organizations. So it's a working visit. It is not one to idle, because Trinidad and Tobago needs all of the support that it can get. And the countries that she will be engaging, among them would be the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, India again, China, Austria, Saudi Arabia, yes, Bahrain, Cuba, Portugal, Benin, Germany, Ghana, the United Arab Emirates, yes, Kuwait, and the several CARICOM member states. So she'll use the opportunity to treat with that. The exact period that she will be out of the country, we will, of course, I know we will know of that in total detail tomorrow night in tomorrow night's program. What will be the discussion, or what will she be discussing with these countries and the institutions and or organizations? Well, she will be discussing economic cooperation, very crucial for Trinidad and Tobago. Let's go straight to the line. All right. Test. Yeah, there's a test. Well, it's not coming on the system. I wonder. Let me just check again. And try it again. Sorry. Let me see if it will function now. Try it again now. Yes. So she will be discussing economic cooperation, trade and investment, very important for Trinidad and Tobago. Oh boy. All right, let's see. Let me see if I have to do something here. Let me see. All right, let's see. All right. All right. All right, thanks. No, we're not getting it. So, all right, we'll have to work on it. All right, the other things that you will be discussing is energy cooperation, air transportation, agriculture, healthcare and security. Healthcare and security. Let me repeat the engagement that the Prime Minister's itinerary will cause her to be busy whilst visiting the United States. So it will be on the basis of economic cooperation, trade and investment, energy cooperation, air transportation, agriculture, healthcare and security. And the countries, once again, that she will be engaging, quite a list, a long list. US, United States, Canada, the UK, United Kingdom, India, China, Austria, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Cuba, Portugal. Let's go straight to the line. We'll have to, of course, improvise again tonight. Professor, good night. Welcome.
This is the Fox. I believe it's working, man, because this is what I talk to your son on.
Yeah, but it's not coming through the system itself. There's a so I have to take up the handset. You see the handset I'm using.
Oh, because it was coming through when I talked to him.
Yeah. Well, I was using the handset. But I want to come through the system itself, so everybody, it is much more efficient, and I don't have to hold up the phone in to the mic and that kind of thing. But your question was well delivered, and the answer was was delivered as well.
Well, I hear back on the TV, so coming through.
Yes.
Yeah. But coming through.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
All right. Okay then, my friend. Yes. The other countries, as I said, Bahrain, Germany, Ghana, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, and several CARICOM member states. She will be engaging in, using the opportunity to be at that forum of the Assembly of Countries, if you want to call it that, to discuss, of course, international matters. There's another very important conference that is taking place, or is supposed to be taking place in Brazil. It's called the COP conference. I remember COP simply because of the fact that we have a party in Trinidad called COP. And of course, the acronym for Commissioner of Police is also COP. So it would be remiss of me if I would have missed the acronym COP with respect to this international conference, but it's on climate. Yes, the very important issue that is, I shouldn't say attracting the attention, that is attracting the attention of all of humankind at this point in time, because it has implications for climate change, the rise, of course, in sea levels, and with that, whole islands could be submerged. So what we see as an island today, or call a country island today, may not be so maybe in the next century, or maybe closer, next 50 years. And so we have, of course, a team from the Ministry of Planning going to that conference as well. And of course, we expect that they will make their contributions. I see that there is a freeze. Let's see why that is so. All right, so we are back to square one, or we are back on even keels. Yeah, so that conference is very important to Trinidad and Tobago. After all, we are an island developing state, and of course, we are vulnerable to climate change in the context of sea rise or sea level rise, and it may well, of course, reduce the size of Trinidad and Tobago in the future, and therefore we have to pay attention to these issues. Why? Because it is well established scientifically that there is, as a result of the emission of what is called hydrocarbons, the burning or the synthesizing of carbon emissions go into the atmosphere and create what is called the greenhouse effect. And so sunlight, when it hits the earth and creates, of course, the heat, usually it will radiate back out, but because of the greenhouse effect, because of this layer of carbon material in the atmosphere, the heat is contained, and so that is reflected in the melting of the ice at both poles, North Pole and the South Pole, on that planet we occupy called Earth. And as a result of that melting, consequential of the greenhouse effect, sea rise, and therefore island states such as Trinidad and Tobago are in jeopardy. And so the scientists and those shakers and movers in the world are trying to keep the temperature consequential of that greenhouse effect at a certain degree moving forward, so as to make certain that life on Earth does not turn into a nightmare. So that is the prognosis, that is the analysis. So that conference is important. And that is why, of course, we have a lot of focus on renewables. Renewables usually do not create the greenhouse effect as carbon emissions. So they will talk about fuel consequential of planting or cultivating large expanse of land with corn or maize or sugarcane, as is the case in the Cuban experience, so as to produce the fuel to, of course, drive industry as we know it in the interest of human development and comfortable living on Earth. That is what it's all about. Trinidad and Tobago, clearly as part of the world community, has a duty and responsibility too. So therefore, carbon footprint, carbon sequestering, all of those are mechanisms and facilitations in an attempt to achieve that goal of not allowing that greenhouse effect and the heat to rise above a certain degree to threaten all of mankind. So you could have all the economic advancement, you could have all of the war machinery, you could have nuclear bombs. The only place human beings know that they can call home, that is hospitable to them, is Earth. Maybe tomorrow we'll ask Joshua to let us know the planet in our solar system, from Mercury, which is closest to the sun, and then Venus, of course. Earth is third in line as they orbit the sun, the star that is considered attached to our solar system and cause our solar system to be. And Mars, of course, the red planet. And of all of them, all 9 or 8 of them that we know, only Earth is the place where human beings can survive in the way that we have been. Mercury clearly too hot. You have to have water. You have to have an atmosphere that carries oxygen and hydrogen so that you can breathe openly. Other than that, you have to find another way of existing in the harsh environment that has been discovered on the other planets that make up part of make up the solar system as we know it. Of course, the line is open. We are placed in the same situation as last night. So I am prepared, of course, to improvise as well. 337-6940. They don't tell me because I sounded like a lecturer on planet and environment, and the fact that the world will be meeting in New York, and our Prime Minister will be there and making her presentation on behalf of Trinidad and Tobago, and of course, I suppose generic issues, including that of climate change and the impact it will have on countries such as Trinidad and Tobago, even though there's a separate conference in Brazil on that specific subject. But it doesn't mean to say that the participants in the United Nations plenary session, General Assembly, will not see that as a major topic to also bring to the table. I suspect some of the issues that the Prime Minister and the delegation will raise with other countries are similar to those that most countries will have in their presentation. Certainly, economic cooperation, or the economy in general, trade and investment, and how do we balance and avoid the dominance of the major countries, the United States, China, even India, Japan, etc., to see a United Kingdom, France, etc., to see how we could have a more equitable economic framework, so that all the countries could exist on the face of the earth with a certain amount of decency, pride, independence, and of course, advancement. It's a tough one. It has always been so. The strong will always survive, and the hegemony of large countries with sufficient economic prowess or power will certainly dominate others. And of course, as you know, the classic exemplification on the planet Earth today is the fight for dominance between the United States, the largest economy on Earth, and that of China, the largest, that has the largest population on Earth. We'll see how that pans out. But there is, of course, a number of other issues that are important for the international or the global politics and the global agenda. And that, of course, is the emergence of groupings such as BRICS, and how would they influence the current international economic, social, political, and military order, dominated, of course, by players such as the United States, China, and other countries such as the UK. How would they respond? And I suppose that is where the discussion will be, to have a more equitable distribution of the Earth's resources, and making everybody on Earth fairly comfortable according to their ability and their God-given, not just talent, human I'm talking about, but also material. Trinidad and Tobago has been for years, over 100 years, been a producer and reliant on oil and gas. And that, because it is a wasting asset, it is exhaustive, it will run out, and of course there's many talk about it running out. But on the other hand, we have, of course, new players such as Guyana, on whom we may have to well organize some kind of arrangement, because over the 100 years we have built in the infrastructure to convert that raw material that you take out from the earth to items that human beings can use, whether it be gasoline, whether it be diesel, whether it be aviation fuel, etc., whether it be bitumen, all of that. And therefore, new arrangements will have to be made as far as countries that are on the cusp of having their mainstay earning foreign exchange lost, taken away from them. And of course, we have to also look at the whole question as to whether or not even Guyana, having regard to the significance of global warming, climate change, and the greenhouse effect, as to whether or not they may well be called upon to cease producing and reaching the million barrel a day target that they would have set themselves on their economic trajectory for the development of the less than 1 million people that Guyana houses, but filled with an abundance of resources, land for agriculture, for the exploiting of gold and silver, etc. And of course bauxite, all of that. So it's a tremendous amount of work, one, and two, very exciting times, very exciting times. As I said, of course, the line is open, and we can, of course, treat with it, but I want to say that we only have 4 more minutes. I didn't realize it, and I was not able to get that issue with respect to Republic Day. A little toddler, he couldn't be more than, if he is 5 years, would be a lot. And he was, of course, explaining, he would explain in that video what is Republic Day in Trinidad and Tobago. I really would have liked to air that before, of course, we going into any deeper discussion. Mr. Faizabad sort of took some wind out the sail, but of course tomorrow we will discuss these matters in detail. I hope that I will be able to get the phone working properly on that occasion tomorrow, but if not, we will continue. You see, we have a responsibility, all of us, to our children and our children's children. Why it is that we have, if it wasn't young Joshua, I would have gotten someone else. You see, because in this community, East Port of Spain, George Street, Nelson Street, Piccadilly Street, Duncan Street, even Charlotte Street, any observant Trinbagonian engage in a casual walk on these streets, and I dare say any time of the day, you will not be able to help or come into the inescapable conclusion that the young people in these parts need help. And with the application of analysis and intellectual examination, there are several things you will see that will be disquieting, disturbing, and will require everyone to put a hand. But let's go to the line. A pleasant good night. Welcome. Pleasant good night.
Yeah,
Loud and clear, loud and clear. Yes.
all right. I was watching Professor Wall's shit program. You're aware that Maduro has written to Trump?
He has done what?
Maduro,
Yeah.
Venezuela, has written to Trump?
Yeah. I'm aware of that. He, and I think I spoke about it the other day when I said that he is back to his old shenanigans. Just as how he's told Biden he agrees to have free and fair elections, he made a gesture by setting free some of the American captured there, and then of course he reneged on the whole thing. So my understanding his overture to Trump is that he too will help in the eradication of the drug cartels. But you go ahead. I don't know if there is more to it.
Well, I didn't get that full details, right?
Okay.
All I know is that it was mentioned that if a man so want war, why would he write to Trump?
Yeah.
If he want to invade Trinidad and Guyana, why would he be writing to Trump?
Yeah, but because that's part of his schematic, if you want to call it that, his modus operandi. So he writes to play the victim here, you see, so that China and maybe Iran and Cuba and Russia will be sympathetic to him because he's willing to compromise and so on. But the fact is that he is running an illegitimate show, a government, and he believes that he must be he is the government, and therefore can make those kinds of overtures, but of really and truly digging his thumb in people's face. That's what he is. That was he has been doing all the time. So I'm not surprised.
And then he ran a video of a young lady.
He has what?
Kamala, drunk.
Yeah.
of
Delcy
a young lady,
Rodriguez. Yeah,
right?
Delcy Rodriguez. He's vice president. Yeah.
A young lady put out a video.
Oh, another one. All right, a different one. All right.
And the USA will get a chance now to bomb Trinidad.
If what?
You could understand that foolishness.
Which is it? Which is that video was all about?
Video. I didn't even pay heed to her because that woman sounds so foolish.
Yes.
One of those PNM, well, she has to be a PNM troll.
Yeah.
Right? The video is so foolish. I don't know where she came from, I don't know, but she is making this claim that when Kamala goes, USA will have a chance now to bomb Trinidad. Can you
The
believe that?
USA will have a chance to bomb Trinidad. The USA is it?
Yeah. And Kamala is a drum. Kamala is the drum.
I don't mind them and this stupid. I warned people yesterday and I warned them again the day before that don't be fooled by these AI.
No, I am not fooling you.
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about you. I'm saying generally because the person who you're referring to clearly is a fool.
Well, we know that.
And will be lured by anything because any port for a storm because they are monocyte, they are monofocus, they are blindsided. Anything that will try to save the PNM and the fact that the PNM is in a state of total, not just decline, but extinction, they don't want to accept that as a reality.
Yeah, because I sent you something. I don't know if you saw it, right?
All right, I'll check it out, boy. Get some problems with the system here, boy.
I sent you something with Kiko, the former ministers of finance.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? The former ministers.
Ministers, yes. I think I know what the article you're referring to. Brian Manning and Imsbert, and the call was being made by Clico, interest to lock them up to investigate them. Yeah. I see Imbert is threatening to sue the newspaper that would have carried the article.
Yeah, well, he has nothing else to do.
He
have nothing else to do. He has nothing else to do. But I know you want to lock up, so we'll continue.
Yes. Thanks very much. Thanks very much.
You're on tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
Tomorrow night?
Early 8 o'clock. Yes. We want to celebrate Republic Day. All right. Bye-bye. All right. Yes, people, of course, well, we have come to the end of tonight's program. It's already 4 minutes past. Boy. All right, let me take this final call. Pleasant good night. Welcome to the corridor. Hello?
Okay, good.
Yeah, you're good now. Yes, go ahead.
Right. Oh. Since I was about 18 years old,
Uh-huh.
I ended the Arctic shelf melting.
You hearing what?
The Arctic shelf
Oh, yeah. Okay, yes.
melting.
Yeah.
You know how we hear that? And this weekend, what they're going to have that? Going to have. Donald Trump say he don't believe in that.
Yes, I heard that as well. I forgot to mention that. Thanks for reintroducing that into the discussion. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. He said first they call me climate change.
Yeah,
They
he
can't
said,
be
drill, baby, drill, baby, drill. Yeah.
So I don't know what this whole meeting is about. Everybody gathering to talk about stupidness. My own opinion, Lennox.
Yeah.
They carry me into an area like with Captain Cook.
You can into what? Into what? Into what?
Into a dimension like Captain Cook. Remember the movie
Oh, yes,
Star Trek?
Star Trek. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
They carry me into a dimension.
Okay.
We trap ourselves on this planet, eh? Now we have everything on this planet. Every single thing. Water, whatever now.
Yeah.
And it can't work. So where we going? I look for our next planet of man. I mean, time out this Lennox.
I hear you. Well, I mean, scientists of reputation saying one thing, others are saying a different thing, but at the end of the day, the politicians, the leaders, must make the decision, and Trump has made his. Others on the opposite side of that pendulum, that swing, are saying something different and are acting accordingly. So, to each his own, I suppose.
Unfortunately, we are not say.
Now we have no say there. We have no say there. We just as with our oil, we are price takers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them gather in and sit down and mumbo jumbo it, but
Yeah. We can't even join OPEC.
no.
Yeah. All the oil we say we had. Huh?
The only thing coming out of that conference
Yeah.
is that set up bull talk.
Yeah, because Trump and they will not finance anything. They have withdrawn their support for financing. And I think one of the major discussion will be the lack of funding to pursue what they would have agreed to in previous COP meetings. Yeah.
Trump is a practical man, you know.
Yeah, with that.
And this kind of ringer roses what going on in the world. And everybody want to be number one, Russia, America, China. You see the kind of bull we can catch up in?
Yeah, boy.
And unfortunately, as we just saw,
Yeah.
we have no say why.
Yeah, well, they want to change up the world order. The Americans have dominated it since the Second World War. And China and Russia, and they forget that is a long enough stint, and it's there till now. But they are so brutish and they are so barbaric that, of course, nobody could contemplate. Contemplate them kind of people managing the affairs of the earth. Them alone want to be. They alone want to live forever. They want to live forever, and they want to eat the best. Whilst, of course, they have their citizens grovel and wallow in total drudgery and mess. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You know your Bible. I gotta tell you your Bible.
Go ahead.
We reach the end of the line with this stupidness with it going over there,
I am of that view. I'm of that view. And if I'm not yet total, I'm getting closer to total, because, I mean, there's nothing else man could do but destroy that which would sustain him, and therefore he too will meet his demise.
And when they're talking about to save the world,
Yeah.
only one man can save this world, the man who make it God.
Yeah.
And Jesus Christ, not we.
Yep.
What we could do?
Yeah.
Greenhouse emissions.
We have to have faith. We have to have that deep faith in something beyond the confines and the frailty of human effort. Yeah.
Scientists do believe in God now.
Yeah.
I think you know that for yourself.
Oh yeah. They are total agnostics. Yes.
Look what China did when they destroy all them hamsters. See them causing COVID.
Yeah.
Now they're evil acts.
Yeah.
So them fellas over there, I'm going to tell you, best you listen to the little corridor transformation,
I hear you.
and they go report and forget about them, you know.
Yeah, I hear you, my friend.
Like that wild goose chase them all on there.
Yep.
And everybody, hi, hello, boom, 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 boom. All the paraphernalia and nothing coming out of them.
I hear you.
Right? That's what I call them before you close up. Right? I know you're going to wrap up now.
Yes, definitely. Right, I think I'll really nap because I have to get up still in the morning, and then tomorrow night we resume again. All right, thanks very much.
So what time? You coming on the go report in the morning?
No going report in the morning. It will be on Thursday. I look as though I will have to. I will have to carry this show for the 2 last days of the week. Andy is a bit out of it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye bye. Yes, people. Of course, we have come to the end, and I think just as tomorrow we will be, of course, being patriotic, and therefore, of course, I think what Sniper has said, I think is still relevant. Mighty Sniper. Let's hear what he put together in terms of patriotism.
Trinidad is my land, and of it I am proud and glad. But I can't understand why some people just talk it bad. But I know all of them we running them out. Don't know where they're talking about. They will paint you black every day, and the right things they will never say. Like our sportsmen being rated among the best. Our scholars have sit and passed every test and put us right alongside the rest. But then our pitch lake is the greatest one of its kind. Our sugar and oil is really refined. So you see, friends, this is a real thing, so no man's mind. They just talk some nonsense. Me ain't know where they're doing it for. About so much violence, man, you would swear that we fighting war. Of course, we have we delinquents to face, but just like any other place, look, things that I say about here is really too much for me to bear, because my people are daily making progress without any form of stupidness, and in this way